Hi there. Hi there. This is La Prepper. This here is a book called Feasting Free on Wild Edibles, right here. Now, like I said, you can get out there and look for some of the older books. Even many of the newer books are just wonderful books. But this in here is, he's talking about food that grows on trees. Now, Winwood smoke lives among poplar in patterns as primitive as those formed. There's other days by frost crystals. Have you sometimes found yourself wishing you could taste peace and quiet and solitude long enough to find out how good they and you really are? Don't you wish that sometimes? You just wish you could sit there out there in nature. You just wish you could get that solitude and that peace and just get out of that rat race sometimes. But maybe even put into words this nature yearning of that portion of our primitive ancestors which survived within us. It's all still in us. The genetic makeup to survival is in us. And we still have that genetic makeup to survive in that situation. Circumstances may conceivably be such for anybody, whether because of misadventure or a storm or man-loose disaster. That tomorrow a man may be alone in the wilderness and compelled to rely solely on his own brain power here and his resourcefulness, of course, to survive. Most individuals worry that if forced to shift for themselves in their farther places, unfamiliar farther places now, they will starve. Yet there are agile forests of food. The problem is many people will starve to death within a matter of weeks. The rules of three. 3 hours, I think it's 3 hours without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. So many people would end up starving themselves to death and die of dehydration because they do not know the benefits of many of these trees. So everyone, of course, knows that trees furnish fruit and nuts, but few people realize that the inner bark and sap of many trees, such as the poplar and maple, are not only edible but delicious to boot. So you got like the inner bark of the pine tree. Sycamore tree is a water tree. It's just the wood. If you've ever burned sycamore and you can hear it popping, it don't dry good because it's got moisture in it. It retains a lot of moisture in it. So there's a lot of things there on the inner bark, like the pine, the maple, the poplar tree is also the tulip tree is called the yellow poplar. So there's many trees you can take the inner bark from and dry it, grind it up, make a flour out of it, and you can basically eat it raw, but it can be a little tough on it. But you can do many things like that as well to survive in that situation in it. It might not be the best tasting thing in the world, but you can survive from the inner bark. The trees have several different layers on it. You got your outer bark, you got another inner bark, and then you go on in. So, as well as the resins that comes off of pine trees and some of the other trees, also is flammable, but you can take and eat that resin that comes off the trees as well as a nutritional benefit as well for many of these trees here. Now, and also trees offer another division too because they provide shelter and food for so many game birds and animals. They often furnish clues to the presence of birds and animals which you can supply meat for the table or sustain during emergency. Trees is life. Trees is a home. Trees is shelter. Trees is food. Trees can provide water for you. You can uh, take a plastic bag or take leaves. You can take the leaves off of and shove it down into a clear plastic bottle. We have trash everywhere. That's just bottom line. Trash is everywhere. So you can use these trees to benefit you. And you can shove those leaves down in that bottle. You can cut it in half if you need to. Put part of it in there. Seal the bottle up. If you got something to seal it up with, or you could turn around and turn the bottle upside down and then put something over and set it out in the sun with it. Like I say, you can cut just the top part of it, and then you can turn the other thing upside down in it. You can put the leaves and everything in it. Moisture will develop from those leaves and everything, the branches and everything. So you will get water from that. So the tree has many benefits, and I don't care how far it reaches, you're going to find trash somewhere. The rivers carries trash miles and miles and miles and miles down the road, down things. So you can find ways to create moisture on it to help survive in a situation. Whether you're collecting water from the leaves, whether you're collecting from the trees, whether you're using resins to help sustain yourself, whether you're surviving from the animals that's on the plants. You know, there's ants. Now, not all the ants. There's some of those fire ants are biting. They can be, but you can, if you have to, you can eat live ants if you need to survive. The snails, I would recommend you do not eat the snails raw for a simple reason. They can carry a parasite. If you do harvest snails, I recommend that you boil them before you eat them because of that particular fact that some snails do carry a particular type of parasite. So you do need to make sure those snails are thoroughly cooked before you eat them. Do I want to eat snails? Not really. Do I want to eat worms? Not really. But I will eat it in a survival situation. All that is around the trees. So do some research. Take a walk out there, wherever you're living at, and start taking pictures of some trees or whatever. Research your trees. Mark a few trees in some areas that you know is beneficial or whatever. I'm not saying you want to damage a tree. What I'm talking about is you can put like a ribbon up in there and mark it or whatever you want to do, so you can come back and log it in and do more research on it so you can have a benefit of knowing what the tree is or whatever. So think about it, the benefits of feasting on trees and stuff, food that grows on trees. This is Life Prepper here. I want you to be safe, be happy. Bless you all.